Before the world burned, Elias Kohler was known not as a soldier but as der junge Virtuos, the young virtuoso. Born in Vienna, Elias had performed before aristocrats, presidents, and kings by the age of 16. His violin was carved by his grandfather from black alpine spruce. Its sound was rumored to calm even the most restless souls. But peace did not last. By 1940, the world was in chaos. Countries collapsed, borders bled, and melodies were drowned beneath the roar of warplanes. Elias was conscripted into the German army. The violin was left behind, wrapped in cloth, buried in the cellar like a corpse too dear to part with. Elias trained with a rifle he hated and marched to drums he didn't believe in. But he was obedient. Survival demanded it. Stationed near the Eastern Front, Elias's unit encountered fierce resistance. The cold was punishing, and the orders brutal. One evening, after a skirmish, Elias found himself sitting beside a dying Soviet soldier. The man handed Elias a blood-stained harmonica and whispered, "Don't forget music." That night, Elias wept like a child. In the morning, he buried the harmonica with the man, and something in him changed. He stopped aiming to kill. Instead, he aimed just enough to miss. Whispers spread among his unit that he was cursed, because anyone Elias shot survived. They began calling him Der Schatten, the Shadow. He didn't mind. In 1943, Elias was captured by American troops in northern France during a nighttime ambush. He was sent to a prisoner of war camp in Tennessee. While most prisoners cursed their captors and plotted escape, Elias remained quiet, observing, listening. One night, a guard overheard him humming a Beethoven sonata. The next day, the camp commander summoned Elias and handed him a dusty violin from storage. "Play something," the commander grunted. Elias lifted the instrument. The sound was rough, but his fingers remembered. Within minutes, the camp grew quiet. Guards, prisoners, everyone, stood still. War had paused. The music floated like peace in the air, raw and fragile. Word of the German who played like a ghost spread. A local American war widow, Clara Bell, heard about him and requested to visit. She lost her husband in Normandy. When she heard Elias play, she cried, not out of grief, but release. Soon, more townsfolk came. The camp became unusual, a place where music echoed through barbed wire. One evening, Clara asked, "How can you play such beauty after all you've seen?" Elias answered softly, "Because silence is the most dangerous weapon. Music is my rebellion." In early 1945, Elias was chosen for a classified assignment. Intelligence had been trying to negotiate a ceasefire with a rogue Nazi general rumored to still hold 1,000 soldiers in hiding. Talks had failed. But they learned the general had once been a music patron. Desperate, the Americans tried something unorthodox. They sent Elias. He entered the war zone under guard, violin in hand. On a snowy night, inside a ruined cathedral lit by candles and mistrust, Elias played. No flags. No speeches. Only notes, soft, aching, human. The general wept. The next morning, he surrendered. The war didn't end there, but in one corner of it, music did what bullets could not. After the war, Elias returned to Vienna. His home was rubble. His parents gone. His violin, buried in the cellar, was still there, cracked, but intact. He refused to perform publicly again. Instead, he taught music to orphan children of all backgrounds, German, Jewish, Russian, American. He said, if they learn to listen together, they'll never want to shoot each other again. Clara Bell moved to Vienna and became his wife. Together, they ran a modest school, no uniforms, no politics, just instruments, broken chairs, and hearts learning to heal. Years passed. In 1970, Elias was invited to perform one last time at a global peace summit in Washington, D.C. He hesitated, but Clara encouraged him. On stage, before diplomats, survivors, and descendants of soldiers, he played the same piece he had played in the POW camp, the one that had silenced a battlefield. No words were spoken. When the last note faded, so did Elias. He died in his sleep that night, violin beside him. Today, Elias Kohler's story is whispered in music schools and remembered in old vinyl records labeled simply, "The Violinist Who Silenced a War." His students went on to become peace workers, symphony conductors, and teachers. The school still stands, though the roof leaks and the windows rattle. And in the quiet of Vienna, sometimes, late at night, people say they hear a ghostly violin echo through the streets, soft, unyielding, and human. He didn't fight with bullets. He didn't need applause. He didn't win a war. He made one impossible to continue. And sometimes, that's the greatest victory of all.